Welcome to History 110. This is a brief overview of the design and navigation of this course. When you come into the course, you will always come to this landing page, which is the announcement page. It is divided into two separate sections. The first one is the left-hand side of the page, which is what I call the navigation column. The right-hand side of the page is the content section of this page. When you come into the course, this is the landing page, and if you ever want to return to this page from anywhere in the course, you would hit this top link on the navigation column, and by clicking that you will come back to this page every time. I do want to go over the different buttons, the structure that is here, as this will help you be successful in the course. The next link down is the Getting Started link, which takes you to the Getting Started module. Please note that this Getting Started module is mandatory for all students. As you go through the material, you will be asked to take notes on the material therein, and you will be taking a Getting Started quiz at the end of this module, in which you must score a 100% before any of the course material opens up for you. Also note that you can take this quiz as many times as you need to make that 100%. Let's go ahead and click on the Getting Started link, and you will be taken to the first page of the module. If you click Welcome to History 110, you will be taken to the first page, which is the copyright statement. You can view these modules kind of as a book. We will be going through page by page. Each page will have pertinent information for your Getting Started quiz, which must be taken at the end of the module. This first page, the copyright statement, you are responsible for the material therein. You will have at least one question on the Getting Started quiz in which you will have to answer correctly before you can get 100% on that quiz. There are two ways to navigate through the module. You can go to the right-hand corner of this page and you can see the right arrow. By clicking that, you will be taken to page 2. If you go over to the left-hand side of the module, you can see a table of contents. You can also access each page by clicking on the link that is right here. We want to go to the next page, which is the syllabus, and if you click the syllabus, you will see the link right here in which you can download your syllabus for the course. The next page, the course learning objectives. Please make sure you are familiar with these objectives, as these are what motivates this class. You will be assessed on these learning outcomes throughout the course, and so become familiar with how these affect your grading and your learning in this course. The next page is the time management. I want you to make sure you are aware of what is expected of you in this online class. A lot of people think that online learning is not as hard as face-to-face learning, but this class is developed to equate the two. One is not easier than the other, one is more convenient than the other, but online learning still requires the rigor that a face-to-face class requires, and so it will be imperative that you understand what is going to be required and the time allotment that is going to be required for you to pass this course. Going on to the next page, we have the academic integrity statement for this course. Become familiar with this policy. Read through everything that is here, as there are questions on the Getting Started quiz that you must answer, and those answers must come from this document here. And of course, finally, when you are ready to take the Getting Started quiz, you would come to this page, click this link right here where it says click to launch, and your quiz will start. This is an open book quiz. You can use all of the material I've given you in this module. All of the questions come from the material given in this module. Again, you can take it as many times as you need to be able to get the 100%. Once you get that 100%, week 1 will open for you and you can get started on the material. The next tab is the course home. By clicking on that link, you will come to some information that you need to become familiar with. You also have your textbook listed right here, so this is a quick reference for things that you'll need for the class. You can meet your instructor, which is my biography and my curriculum vitae. Make sure if you are interested that you read that, but most importantly from this page, my contact information is there. You also have student resources, which is a wealth of information that will help you throughout the semester. Please make sure that you visit this and know what is there. There's the email tab that you can email me, and you always have a running total of your grades by clicking this link right here. This is a 15-week course. Therefore, the remaining tabs on this navigation column deals with each weekly unit that we will be covering during the semester. Each week begins at 12:01 a.m. on Monday morning and closes at 11:59 p.m. the following Sunday. As you can tell in the navigation column that each week is dated. Each week has content material with assignments and tasks that you will have to complete within that weekly time frame. Please note that the weeks open, you will only be able to access the assignments and the tasks within the weekly time frame during the dates that are associated with that week. The weeks always stay open and the material will always be open for you, but the task and the assignments within the weekly modules or the weekly content will be due within that week time frame. If you scroll down, you will see that you have all of the weeks divided into the material that are covered on each of the 3 exams that are in this course. This tutorial addresses the content and learner engagement portion of this course. As usual, when you come into the course, you land on the announcement page. I want to take you through what a weekly module looks like, so I have selected week 2 for this demonstration. When you click on week 2, you will come to the first page of the module, and that will be the weekly agenda. This weekly agenda lets you know what the learning outcomes are for the week, what the assignments and the tasks are for the week, and I remind you that there's a discussion question that you will have to participate in this week for a grade. Also note at the bottom there is a forum in which you can ask your instructor questions concerning the coursework or anything that you might be confused or have issues with. This is not a private forum. Your fellow classmates will be able to see the questions you ask. If you need to talk privately with me or address me privately, please do so by email. After you have reviewed the agenda, you go to this link at the top and click to advance to the next page. This next page is the instructor guidance. This is where I will have the instructor to student interaction, addressing last week's discussion question, maybe clarifying some of the tasks and assignments that are coming up for the week. But you can always count that this portion of the module will be things that I feel that you need guidance on within the course. Again, advancing to the next page, always in this place in the module will be an interactive lecture. Please note that these interactive lectures are meant to get you involved in the coursework and in the material that we cover for the week. As each of you will have to do this every week, let me show you how to navigate the interactive lecture. As you can see here, this particular interactive lecture is 8 pages in length. You can always access each page by clicking on the corresponding number at the top, or you can go to the content section over here and you can even see the titles of the pages. But you can access each page by clicking the number here. The first page is always a summary of what will be covered in the interactive lecture. In this particular interactive lecture, you have an activity in which you need to participate. This one is on the 13 colonies. You would move this up to the corresponding spot and you will be able to know immediately whether your answer was right or wrong. There are several interactive activities within the content of the material for the first exam. This is one activity that you could see on your first exam. So this is a self-check. You can do this as many times as you want. I would shoot for 100 and do it as many times as you need to make 100% on this activity. I have a video embedded here. You will always be able to note the videos. You would just click here to play it. Note also that throughout the interactive lecture there is text that is a different color. In this case it's blue. If you roll your cursor over the blue text, you will get a definition. These definitions and these terms will be what the first exam will cover. So as you go through the interactive lecture, I would have a notebook or something that I would note these terms and the definition that I'm looking for. I also have put more resources on the side, just links that will give you to outside sources for your further study and enlightenment. Please take advantage of those, although they are not required for the course. I also take the opportunity to embed web pages within the lecture. This particular one is a National Geographic activity. Please follow the directions. There is a wealth of information on Jamestown in this website. You can play a game, you can look at videos, so please take the time to navigate through that website. Again, I embed videos throughout the interactive lecture. This one tends to be a little bit off center. You just use the scroll bar on the bottom. Please note the scroll bars on the front side and on the bottom just for the lecture. This is different than the Blackboard scroll bar, so go ahead and center that, and then you can play the video on that particular page. If you go on to page 6, another video, making sure that you note the text in blue. More information on content within the chapter in the textbook and within our topic for this interactive lecture. And then the last page has an interactive activity where you can go through and note terms and their definition. So please make sure you're participating in all 8 pages of this lecture, as it will be very beneficial on your first exam. As we progress to the next page in the module, it is always the placeholder for the quiz. Each week you will have a weekly reading quiz. There are 25 questions on that quiz. You can take this quiz as many times as you want for the highest grade. It is open book, and it is meant for you to spend the week as many times as you'd like to do it to get the highest grade. I really want you in the textbook, and so what this does is encourage you to use your textbook as a resource and to be able to answer those questions. You would go to this link, click to launch, and when you click that, you will be taken right into the quiz. The next page in every module is the discussion question. Please note that my discussion questions are embedded within the module. You do not have to go to any other link outside the module. As you read the question and you do everything that is asked of you within the question, you would hit click to launch, and you will be taken to the screen where you can create a thread. If you create the thread, you would write your original response right here. That is 100 words or more that fully addresses the question. Please note that you must write your original response before you can view any other learner's response. And that is part of your assignment as well, is that you need to respond to 2 other learners' posts. I chose week 2 because in every other week you are given a writing assignment. This is where your first skill unit is assigned. When you click on the next page, you will come to the writing assignment. Please note that this assignment, you have associated learning outcomes with the assignment. They actually give you the assignment, you watch a video. I have a library guide which gives you a lot of references. Make sure that you click on that library guide so you can access the academic databases and academic articles that I assign for each assignment. The instructions on how to do that are posted here in the assignment, and please note at the very bottom of every writing assignment I give you MLA resources, a sample paper using MLA to cite correctly, and how to write an essay for this class. When you've written your essay on your computer, you would save it on your computer, and then you would go to Browse My Computer and you would upload that file. So please note again, all assignments are embedded within the module. That is how you will navigate each week of this 15-week course. This video tutorial addresses the assessment portion of this online course. These outcomes describe what a student is expected to learn as a result of participating in the academic activities in the course. They focus on knowledge gain and abilities acquired and demonstrated. We will use week 2 again as a way to demonstrate this process. As we go to the quiz for Chapter 2, you can see that the learning outcomes associated with weekly reading quizzes is found right below the Click to Launch button. If you go to the discussion question for week 2, again you will find the learning outcomes associated with weekly discussion questions under the Click to Launch link, and you will also see that you can access the file and view the rubric for the discussion questions. It will come up as a Word document, and that rubric will appear for each student. Also, if we go to Skill Unit 1, which is the first writing assignment in the course, you have the View Rubric button right next to the points possible, and you can see that the learning outcomes associated with this assignment are outcomes 4 and 5 that you found on the Getting Started on the Learning Outcome page. Please note we can also go to the first exam on the study guide. If you open up the file for the study guide, you will find both rubrics to the writing assignments in the study guide right below the writing assignment. So these rubrics and these outcomes are based on the academic set of parameters that each student should acquire while they are taking this history course. These outcomes associated with grading rubrics are found throughout the course. Your grade will reflect the measured outcomes for this course and the activities that you performed and how they measured against the learning outcomes for the course.